ORV Match Play Championship, game 1 of 3 between Brian Kretzer and Patrick Allen. A very creative crowd here in Norwich.
I knew Rob Stone. I knew Rob before he had a ham bun. What is that?
Yep. Steve
Friend of yours?
in the house, perhaps. Brian Kretzer bowling 2 completely different games today.
This is what he's doing on the Cheeto oil pattern. This is why it's so important to learn how to throw it straight when you need to. Brian Kretzer playing the first arrow, the 5th board on the right lane. And, boy, talk about 2 different ends of the spectrum. Here he is on the left lane. Ball speed on the right lane around 20 miles an hour. Ball speed on the left on the Shark about 16. 2 completely different lines on 2 completely different oil patterns.
Dramatic differences. So Kretzer has gone spare, spare, open, spare, open. Here he is, bottom of the 6th, down 9. Celebrate, Brian. Finally, a strike for BK. We talked to Brian yesterday as we take a look at this strike. We asked him, you know, what did you get from making the last show, being on TV the last time? It's like, you know, some confidence. You know, I can bowl secure now that my livelihood is in place for next season, being above the cut line. Back-to-back strikes now for Kretzer. We asked him, well, how much did you actually watch the show? What do you say? I watched just 2 shots and then turned it off at the time. I said, I don't like to watch when I don't win, when I'm not bowling well, so I turned it off. So instead, he went back to some of his old films, some of his old tapes, going back to his old bowling, and noticed, you know, I was longer, I was more fluid, and brought that with him here to Norwich, doing a little self-scouting. So we had no strikes through the first 4.5 frames, and now 4 in a row. They get 5 in a row between the 2 competitors. There's a 3-bagger for Allen.
What a huge break when you're on a double and you're trying to strike on your worst lane.
Take a look at our Bear breakdown between the 2. Patrick Allen, 13 tour titles. Brian Kretzer, again, still in pursuit of his first ever tour titles. Gone 167 events, 2nd longest streak among current exempt bowlers without a title.
That's a good shot. Don't do it, Rob. Don't do it, Rob.
Hambone! That's the simple pleasures.
Wow, we went from not being able to strike at all to all of a sudden
6 in a row.
6 in a row for our 2 players.
Here's Kretzer looking for 3 in a row, bottom of the 8th, down 19.
Pretty good stuff now.
ESPN is your NBA destination tonight, 8 Eastern. Tim Duncan and San Antonio take on Joe Johnson and the Hawks. Then at 10:30, Brandon Roy and the Trailblazers taking on one of my favorites, Steve Nash and the Suns. The NBA special edition on ESPN and ESPN360.com tonight, beginning at 8.
How would you like to have Amare on your team?
Amare. I like how you said that.
Guy is just such a stud. Nice break, just leaving the 4-pin. for Brian Kretzer. He's still trying to wait for that left lane to calm down so he can get a really good look. He's locked in on the right lane, which is pretty much the case all week long. The right-handers had no trouble hitting the Cheeto oil pattern. It was the Shark oil pattern that was the difference. Right now, just looking to cover a spare. Brian Kretzer trying to dispose of back-to-back future Hall of Famers, in my opinion. Beat Doug Kent to get to this point, and I think Patrick Allen's a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame.
Now, Doug Kent, boy, what a murder's row he had to go through to get here. Took down Norm Duke, who was the 15 seed, Mika Koivuniemi, who was the 18th seed, and then Bill O'Neill, who was the 2 seed. Just to get to the semis last night. Great week for Doug Kent. But not good enough to get here to today's championship matches. Allen looking for 5 in a row in the 9th. Seven-pin shy. 5-bagger. Good run.
Yeah, it was a nice run, and throws that one pretty good. Gets to the pocket on his tough lane, only to leave a weak 7. But he liked this one as soon as he let go of it.
Come on. Do what Del says.
Spare in the night.
And Rob, while we have a moment, the PBA would like to extend its best wishes to PBA charter member Bill Bonetta. Bill, who turned 90 last year, is in the hospital in Fresno, California, dealing with a serious heart condition. We want to send our best wishes out to Bill and the Bonetta family.
Oh, man, good shot here.
Yeah, he was even approached to be the first PBA commissioner, right, back in the late 60s?
Yes, he was. He was inducted in the USBC Hall of Fame in 1968.
PA to begin the 10th. He is on top by 9. Again, 3 matches, total pinfall is what separates winner from loser.
Just a bad shot. I mean, on his favorable lane. This one gets wide of target, leaving the 1-3, 6-7 washout.
Down.
Missed the 1, which means he misses the 7 as well.
Tough finish for Patrick Allen. 3 open frames, 185. Brian Kretzer, if he goes strike spare in the 10th frame, will shoot 192, and will have a 7-pin advantage going into game 2. But Brian could do a lot more damage with 3 strikes here in the 10th frame. He's making really good shots on that right lane, Rob. That's what he struggled with 2 weeks ago when he had a chance to beat Mike Scroggins in the title match. He did not throw it well by his own admissions, couldn't get it off his hand properly, and ended up still having a chance to tie Mike Scroggins with 3 in the 10th frame. Didn't happen. Right now, I'm making really good shots with Brian Kretzer's newfound friend, the straight ball on the right lane.
Yeah, 3 of his 4 strikes on that right lane today.
Now here's the thing, because Patrick Allen had the choice of the starting lane Brian Kretzer is going to finish 2 out of the 3 games on this right lane because Patrick Allen didn't want any part of the Cheeto oil pattern. Just a bad look, and that topography on the left side of the lane doesn't allow him to play out where you normally would play on the Cheeto oil pattern. So with a spare here, Brian Kretzer will have a 7-pin lead going into game 2.
Kicks it on the left tip. Drops it down, 192.